we're back, and here we have Elizabeth Paehtz, who managed to win a game after 5 draws in a way. It was very interesting game and sharp position, full of many ideas, right?
Yes, there were a lot of critical moments, and I already told you before that, well, in case my coach is going to see that, he's likely going to kill me. So, I mean, like, all the position, like, I mean, this queen f4 was already, like, in a game between Vasily Karaf and Navarra, and in this game e5 happened. The alternative is, like, to take on c3 and then to sacrifice a pawn, but this gives compensation for white. So e5, queen g3, and now also in the game happened d takes e and d3 and take here, and here in the game happened knight e7, also like with Valja. And after knight e2, I remember that Navarra went for short castle, and after bishop f5, I think already knight c5 happened, and then the position collapsed after bishop h6. And here knight h5. The only move here to survive is, by the way, to play knight e6. You take, and now knight h5. And still it's better for white. And yes, and then, I mean, she played suddenly like bishop b6. And okay, bishop b6 I didn't check because, okay, I mean, first of all, I didn't even expect it to reach this moment. And then I was calculating like crazy, and I didn't find anything. I mean, the first move is, of course, to take here, but then she plays here, and now she plays e4. I have to play bishop c4. At least I didn't see whether I can sacrifice. I doubt. So bishop c4, and now simply queen e7, and then the knight will come to e5 and rook g6. And I'm not even sure, like, okay, white should be fine, but it's super dangerous, and this is not the position we want against Valja. So I decided this is not the move. But then I thought, like, okay, bishop f5 felt so right, but somehow I didn't see anything concrete, and I couldn't believe that after bishop e6 there is no advantage for white. And I was thinking for like 40-50 minutes. I calculated like here a lot. I mean, the other alternative, instead of what's a sacrifice, what I was doing is probably just bullshit. So, so bishop g5, take on f5. Now I calculated here, here, and now rook f8. And the problem is like that this nice move like queen takes e5 doesn't work because I don't have rook e1 as f2 is hanging. So this I calculated, and here I even checked in this position instead of taking here, I checked this move knight f4. But okay, but the problem is like she can simply, I think, take, and after rook e1 check, there is bishop e3 in the worst case. And besides that, I think even after knight f4, something else is working. And then I understood even this is not working, and if I take here, it's probably not enough compensation. I couldn't evaluate this position. And then I decided to go for what I was going, but it was of course also like just worse for me. Like I went bishop f5, and then I thought, like, okay, if you go for the a step, you should go for the b step, but of course not in the way that you get almost a lost position. So I decided, like, okay, to sacrifice. I mean, to go for Valentina's style, because this is usually her way to do it. And now, okay, she has to take. This is all forced. Queen takes.
Is losing.
Is losing. So this, and I calculated here only queen e8. This was the candidate I saw, and after check, this bishop f6, for example, like rook here, and knight c3. I thought like I had compensation, but probably also like this is not enough compensation. But what she did is actually stronger. I didn't even see that. She went here, 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 and here, and now simply rook e8. And okay, after knight c3, all what she did was fine. King b8 is fine as well, and after knight e4. a6, okay, here the easiest is just to play this position. You have a pawn up. Okay, I have some chances like maybe to hold, but of course it's just like to play like here and to try to take here and play queen e4, but of course it's not the position you like to play. And then I thought like, okay, I had no more move, and I was already upset that I just screwed my position with plus minus, and I said like, okay, I have to anyway go this. And when she played here, I couldn't believe my eyes. I said like, thank you, I'm back in the game, because I think she missed that I have always this intermediate move, queen g4, even queen b3. And she must have missed that in her calculation.
Yeah. What about instead of f6 to take on e5?
This is the best. Yes, this is. And here after king a7, I thought I played queen f6. Because otherwise, like maybe, I mean, queen f6 is one candidate, the other candidate is to play rook d3. But here I think I'm not worse. I might even be better if, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the position is, but I was sure I'm not worse, because in the worst case I could always go rook d3 and knight e4. I mean, queen f6 is one option, rook d3 here I think is another option, but I was sure that this position I'm not going to lose anymore. So, and when she played suddenly f6, I couldn't believe my eyes, because I mean f6 is the only way to lose a game. Because here, and then I mean she saw this nice trick with f3, and I mean like there's a good traditional way how to lose against her in a kind of standard way, to play a move like knight c4, because then you just lose the game after queen g3.
Oh my god.
And I mean, I don't have time. I think at least I'm lost. I know I have knight e6 check still. I'm still not even lost. Okay, queen d6 check I have. I didn't see that.
Okay.
But I thought like knight e4 is much stronger, because, okay, first of all, I protect. And second, rook d7 as a threat. And
it was a very nice combination you found here, rook d7, rook b7.
No, rook d7
Did you see this in advance when you when she played, for example,
you know,
g5?
I played knight e4, and then I didn't even see that there's queen f4 move. So I thought like, knight e4, I have rook d7, and the queen must go to c8, so no problem, you know. And suddenly I thought like, there's queen f4.
Yeah, and at some point you even had less time on the clock than Valentina.
Yeah. No, I mean like after I understood that all my sacrifices just were like some kind of crap. I mean, there was not much to do. But here already, like I saw that, and I saw here in this moment, I saw like, oh, there's rook takes b7. So, but anyway, this is already lost position.
And there's no way to defense here for black.
Okay, the thing is like queen b8 is the only move, but then I probably can take on c6.
Yeah, knight d6 also.
Yeah, knight d6, yes, maybe rook's still like bishop c7, and you might not lose on the spot, but even this, I'm not. I don't want to bet about it. But queen takes c6 is the easiest way, I think, to just win it. Yeah, no, this is already over. Like here and this, I think this position is lost. I guess. I mean, queen f4. Maybe this is the only way to play like this, and then if I play rook d7, you have a check, but I'm not sure this check is helping you. Because, okay, maybe I have other moves here as well. I think even like queen d6 check would get me a better endgame. But this, let's assume check. No, she has check on c7. No, I can't play like this. No, she must go queen f6, queen f4 immediately. But then I have g3 move actually also. And then, I mean, the queen doesn't have moves but to go on h6. And this sounds, with the king, also very suspicious.
So very bad.
So I think like this is lost already.
F6 was main mistake.
No, F6 was over then. I mean, the thing is like that. While I understood here that she met. I mean, like here she started thinking. After I took on e5, she started thinking, and then she understood that she missed queen g4. And then I think like rook takes e5 was just a draw, and she didn't want that, and she went for f6, and then actually like after bishop f4, I don't know what she was thinking. It was like a moment I think where she psychologically lost the control, because she was in the winning mood already. Because okay, I did everything to help her, you know. No, but
yeah, and she was very lucky in this tournament. In 2 games, she saved
like minus 10 positions.
Yes,
I saw, but this is very typical for Valia. I mean, like for me, she is the most inventive player, like which you can imagine. I mean, if there's a resource, she would find it. Just, I mean, like at the end, I was sure that she will not find a resource against me. Even though at some point I was thinking, like, what did I do? Because I think here I played queen d7 check, and I missed bishop c7. I'm just lucky it still works, because after bishop c7 I cannot play g4 because of rook d8. Just, I mean, okay, then I saw like that I win like this, and it's fine. But it's just like I play a move, and suddenly I see like, oh gosh, I missed bishop c7, and I thought like, oh, this is so typical. This can only happen against Valia. Against who else it could happen, you know?
Yeah, but you played very careful here. You were taking time to make sure that your moves were working. So
No, of course I take time against Vaya because I know that if there is some trick, she would see it. And since like we all are aware that you have to beat Vaya at least 2 times, so then it's of course you have to be careful, especially when you have time and you can afford to think. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun game, right?
it was like it was a
ended
typical
well
it
for
was a
you.
typical Vaya game just with reversed colors. You know? So
You take her place. Yeah, tell us a little bit about the previous games. What about all these draws? Was good for you? You were satisfied with it?
well, the thing is like that. You know, when you are an underdog, and I think I'm supposed to be an underdog in this tournament, it is a very comfortable situation because you know that everybody would try to beat you. So there's a thing I thought like, okay, why I should put an effort, you know, if there anybody would try to push, so I can just stay and stand and wait, you know. So, and it worked so far. Okay, I mean, okay, yesterday Juvenile, I mean, I prepared everything and the Petrov, and then suddenly, like, I forgot after Rook FE8 what to do, and then I saw this repetition. I thought, like, okay, I mean, like, since I forgot my preparation, there's no point to try, and maybe not to try against her. You can try in other games, you know.
Not today. We saw this picture of yours by David Lada. You against Juvenjun.
Yeah.
You had your hand here.
Yeah, this was a moment when I thought like, what was it again? This was actually, he caught just a moment when I understood I forgot my preparation. That's why this picture was just showing it in a very good way that I was thinking and I could not remember. There was a game, I think, of this Indian boy, young boy, and I just couldn't remember. It was just gone. This is a problem about age, I suppose.
All right, what about tomorrow? How you are going to spend your rest day?
Well, there is this excursion about, I think, some pilot stuff to fly, which is not so bad because I'm usually anxious with flying and I'm always terrified that something could happen. So maybe if I'm in a simulator and I see how easy you can crash an airplane, maybe this could help, you know, to overcome fear. Because I heard that people who have fear with flying, they go into the simulator and then they see like how everything works.
It will help. You think?
I think it should
Okay,
help.
then I'll go
This is a therapy actually, because then you will understand you have to do a lot of things wrong to crash the airplane, unless there is some technical issues. But usually, like if an accident happens, it's either because there is some technical issues of the airplane or some terrorists nowadays. I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting. I think I might go because I hope I get better with flying in general. So
yeah, for this reason, I might go too. Now I want to go there.
yeah, because okay, I mean, we have been flying a lot, and especially like whenever I'm flying in Eastern Europe, I'm always scared. But this is just a paranoia, I guess, because everybody tells me like flying is so much better than, I mean, safer than driving a car. But in the car, you're on the ground, you feel better.
Yeah,
you feel much more psychologically.
Yeah,
you feel safer.
Even more if I drive myself, I feel so safe.
When you're driving yourself,
that makes me more.
Well, in this case, I wouldn't be probably really safe. I suppose, I don't know. I'm not driving for this reason because.
All right. Tell us a little bit about your schedule. We know that you have lots of tournaments ahead, and you're gonna fly a lot after the Grand Prix. What is ahead?
Well, I think my planning is usually usually I'm planning very carefully and very German, and at the end, it happens that suddenly I understand what did I do? So basically now I'm playing non-stop. I go to Georgia for the Rapid, and then I go to Spanish League, and then I go to Isle of Man, and then I go to Cap d'Arche, and then I go to European Club Cup, and then we have a European Championship in Monaco, and we have the Grand Prix, and then there's a Rapid World Championship, and then I hope I am surviving. But that's why I thought even if I don't play so many games here because I make short draws, it's maybe not so bad in order to save some energy, because usually the second stage of the tournament is always a sign who has the best energy, and I can tell objectively I had only 3 more or less long games, so I would claim I'm very fit, so, and I'm swimming every day for 1 hour, so this Usually,
it also helps you to.
it helps me. I think it helps me, but not sure. At least so far it's going well. So.
It's gonna be fun to see you in the end of all these tournaments.
No, okay.
you
Today
mentioned.
I made the joke that maybe I can try to be like the female version of Giri and I draw everything, but I knew that usually with Valia, like her percentage of draws is so rarely that I was kind of sure that this game, no matter what result it will be, it's unlikely to be a draw.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
because of her style and her statistics. It's always like a battle, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And we had this amazing game. Thank you very much for coming. I wish you good luck in this tournament and other tournaments, of course, and wish you the pleasant rest day. I don't know if you have a chance to take a look on the standings. We can review the standings too. All right, let's go and check out the games again. Ju and June managed to win against Alina Kashlinskaya, Alexander Kostyuniuk, and Marisa Bak ended up with a draw, and this is the only game which ended with a draw. Alexandra Goryachkina managed to win against Harika Dronavali. Pia Crowning lost the game against Connery Humpy. Antonetta Stefanova lost against Katerina Lakno, and Elizabeth Paehtz won Valentina Gunina. That is the day of round 6. And we have the standings. Oh, that's really tricky. Now I have to find who is the first here. We have Juventud is sole leader at the event with 4.5 points, followed by Connery Humpy and Katerina Lachno with 4 points.
And Goryachkina too.
Goryachkina also joined these two, and then we have
Gunina and me. I help you.
yes,
It's
thank you very
+1.
much. Yes, there you go. Then comes
And then there, I think it's already like not on 50% anymore. The rest, I think, are on minus.
all right,
Yeah.
but this is on the half part of the tournament. Another half part is right ahead of us after the rest day. We will come back with all the energy and more fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it was all for today, and see you in 2 days.